my heart and my thoughts is, of course, with Cassie, all of the survivors that's affiliated with this situation, and just in general around the world. If you or somebody has been through this, something like this, just know that y'all are not alone. Please go out to get help. There is somebody who cares about you. There is somebody who will listen. There is somebody waiting for you at the end of the tunnel. Like, I promise you, do not go through this alone. Diddy would be looking back at his sons, and his sons would be looking back to him. It obviously wasn't a good day in court. So when Armand said towards the end how Diddy is looking back at his sons, and his sons are like, kind of, like they weren't giving him like the approval, the nod of approval, like, oh yeah, we got this. That really signifies to me that Diddy is delusional. He is delusional, always been delusional, still is going to be delusional, and that is really why he deserves to be locked up for a long time. And even he'd been locked up from September. It's May. We are approaching a month. I mean, not sorry, a year, right? Of him being away. Diddy is still delusional, and it's going to take him a long time. I don't know if he will ever get out of that delusion that he is in. And that's why he needs to be sat down in a goddamn cell with nothing but a wall to look to think about everything that he's done in his life, all of the people that he's hurt, including Cassie. Cassie is our number one victim, our star witnesses. But I think that it's important, and this is what I didn't hear from Tisa. Armand said that the prosecution asked, who else did Cassie see Diddy be violent with? And she talked about assistants. She even, I'm sorry, yeah, Cassie. When I say she, I'm talking about Cassie. But Armand talked about assistants. And so, when Armand called the assistant's name, one of the girls said that here, assistant Mia. He grabbed her out of the bed. In what scenario are you with the assistant that you're grabbing her out of the bed? What kind of fucking boss are you? That's not weird. I can't wait to see who are the other victims, and who are going to come forward to testify. Because why are you grabbing an assistant out of the bed? See, it's just so much shit. It's not even relevant to the case, right? Like, some things aren't going to be relevant to the case, but it's like we glazed over that. Like, yo, this is really crazy. I really hope the others are as persuasive and strong like Cassie. I really don't want him getting out of this. I really don't either. But like Armand said, I think today was really important in order to bring in all of the other characters, the people that Diddy had him around him, and that's why they framed it important, where it said like it was Cassie's job to book the escorts, and they framed it as, and that's how Armand was saying it, like that was her job, and it was and like this is not how, like, the way that we're learning about it is not necessarily how they did it, right? Like Diddy was probably, yeah, just go and book the escorts or whatever. But the way they're doing it is they're building the criminal organization. So Diddy was hired. It was her job to book these people. And then when you even bring in the fact that, like, Cassie, she didn't do anything. She, other than this, right? Like, she was doing freak offs every week and just put up healing to the point where she could not work. She did what? She put out no music, couldn't even record music because of all of the swords in her mouth. That was her job. It was everybody's job to cover it up. And this is what you call a criminal organization. See, it's not like how, we apply for jobs and you get hired and this is in your job and this is in your job description. No, everybody had a role, and this is how the prosecution has to lay it out. And I think they did a good job. Of course, it could always be stronger. But they working with what they got. I think they did a good job. I ain't taking nothing away from them at all. In day one of Cassie's testimony, Diddy was staring her down. He was staring her down. Today, it was the complete opposite. Armand said it, and Tisa said it. He was stressed. He was looking down. He was slouching over. He was like rubbing his head out of frustration. He was visibly frustrated. Diddy cannot hold it together. And you know what it shows you? It shows you that he doesn't know what it's like to not be in control. This is the first time. This was probably the worst day of his life. The worst day of his life. He has never not been in control. From the day he left his mother's house to go to Howard University, he died. He's never not been in control since those days. So to be in a situation where he is getting destroyed and can't do shit about it, bitch, your lawyers can't even do nothing. The judge told y'all to sit down. They said you had until y'all had from April to turn over the evidence, and y'all still ain't turned over the evidence. Yeah, I love it. He's getting broken down, but it ain't enough. Bitch, this is not even the motherfucking start. Bitches, this is day one of your new life, okay? This is day one of the rest of your life. And I hope that if he gets convicted, I truly hope, child, I truly hope, I will get on my knees, bro. I will get on my knees and pray that he gets convicted. And I'm trying to decide, don't hold me to it. I'm trying to decide what day I want to go down there to the courthouse. I ain't even trying to get in because it's going to be crazy out there. I think if not, next week or in the next couple of weeks, I definitely think I'm going to go there for when they read the verdict, because this is just too historic to not at least be on the motherfucking block, to not at least be outside. Sorry, that was just a insert random thought. But yeah. So I hope that when he gets convicted and they send him back to that prison, I hope that those inmates, and it's sad because he got so much status and he's going to be in protective custody because of his celebrity status. I hope that those prison men treat him like they treat the men who come in for, the people who be touching kids and stuff like that. When they check your paperwork, when you go into prison and they check your paperwork, because they got to see if you're good, because prison streets is crazy, okay? It's worse than the streets out here. But when they look at your paperwork and they see that you were in here for touching kids, bitch, you're getting beat. And I hope that's the same way that they treat Diddy when he get in there. Put his ass in general population. If Tory got stabbed up, bitch, I don't even child, Diddy deserve to DIE, but I don't want him to do that. Because he got to suffer more than the way that he put Cassie through. So I want him in general population so they could beat this nigga down. Because you ain't been touched yet. You ain't felt nothing yet. You thought today was bad? Okay, we may have to give it to the defense, and the defense better come heavy. And they already came heavy. I don't know if it was opening statements, because when Brian Steele, I don't know, remember the first day that Armand came on YouTube and he was talking, with the way that he talked about Brian Steele is A-list, okay? He did his thing. And it's seeming like Brian Steele is on point. Mind you, Brian Steele just got hired. Mark Agnifilio been on the case since the beginning, and he the one that's looking flustered, according to Tisa Tells in the courtroom. So I think Brian Steele is going to straighten that defense team out. But Brian Steele may be the golden motherfucking key. But I even hope then he fails. Because I cannot, okay? Brian Steele, that's another conversation. Because, child, if he get Diddy off this shit, he going to go down as the best lawyer in history. But, bitch, you got this monster off this case? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Cassie bringing up Joseph Adi was huge. A lot of freak-offs happened at Trump Tower, and that sex worker Joseph Adi and Sue Diddy and one. This was back in 2020. Yeah, I heard Tisa Tells talking about that earlier today, but I didn't know who the hell that was. Reporter Jerica Duncan says Cassie's husband glared at Diddy during Diddy's trial, especially when prosecutors showed Cassie photos of 13 men, some of whom were Cassie identified by name, admitting she had sex with them, all of them during Diddy freak-offs with Diddy. Let's just listen to this real quick, and then I'm getting off of here.
So I was in the courtroom where this trial is taking place, and I was sitting right behind Cassie Ventura's husband, and I watched him as he sort of glared at Sean Combs at times, at the family, especially during the period of time where the prosecution showed photos of 13 men, different races, predominantly black men. These are all men that Cassie was able to identify in terms of names sometimes, and where these alleged freak-offs took place, from cities like LA, Miami, New York, Las Vegas, etc. I can only imagine how painful it must be to sit there and listen to that testimony regarding your wife and the number of people that she says she had sex with because of these freak-offs. Something else worth noting is that Ventura continues to say this was all about what Sean Combs wanted. So today she mentioned that she said she primarily reached out to the escorts, but says that was her job and Combs expected her to do so. We'll, of course, have more with the testimony that's still happening right now inside federal court.
I'm like coming across more people who are in the courtroom and stuff, and like following them. So Nelly was like, how she see him if she was sitting behind him? Well, I would be looking at, at his direction and where his head is turning and stuff like that. And honestly, if I was Alex, I would probably be looking at Diddy as well, because it's like, I want to see like what is the impact as we're going through all of these photos, going through this testimony. What is Diddy's reaction, especially if I'm her husband? Because how Cassie goes to frame it in those times where she wanted an apology, like, do you not see, like, do you not understand like what you're doing to me? But do you get it now? Like, I want to see his reaction too, how he reacted to this stuff. I want to see the husband reaction, Diddy reaction, bitch, everybody reaction, see how people is turning and looking and stuff. Our mom was saying one of the black jurors was gagging. Let's really hope and pray, y'all, that the jury does the right thing and convicts this man on all counts, and let's hope that he gets the max prison sentence. Okay, but I want to keep it here for now. Thank you guys so much for coming through with me today. I really, really, really appreciate y'all. I was just feeling so overwhelmed with everything that's going on. I was watching academics earlier today and just like observing like how he was taking it, how he was reporting like when covering the Cassie stuff and the tweets and stuff. And then when news breaks about Tory, he paused and went over there and he watched the whole press conference. And it's just about, like just slowing down and taking everything in by the moment and just doing what you have to do and covering what is breaking in the moment. So, I'm learning from everybody. Everybody is learning from each other. So please take some time to relax and decompress because this is heavy stuff, y'all. For us hearing it, it's traumatizing. Imagine what it's like to be in that courtroom and to be Cassie as well, reliving this stuff. Like this is not normal. This is not normal. Nobody should be going through this. Nobody should be hearing this stuff all day, every day. So please take some time to check out.